Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me once again for Get Your Money Right with Yvonne. I'm Yvonne. How is it going? Listen, I just want to make sure to start these out by asking you, how are you doing? How are you feeling? How's the week, the day, the whatever going on with you? And we just want to make sure to do that because we all have challenges. You never know what people are struggling with. So we just want you to know that those in this community care. And just know that challenges are different, obviously, but we are thinking about you and wishing only the best for you. Okay. And at the end of this, if there's anything that you want to share, we will let you know how to do that. And we'll just kind of go from there. Okay. So, how are things going with me? Well, kind of a gut punch the last week. So, not gonna be Debbie Downer here or anything like that, but so my dog passed away on a Thursday, and we were reeling from that. He was older, and we knew he didn't have all that long, but it's still a surprise, right? We'd had him for 5 years. We got him during the pandemic, so June 2020. Um, they told us he was 3, but as we'd had him for a while, it's like, not quite sure that he's 3. He seemed older, but that's okay. Whatever. We loved him. He was family. It didn't matter. However long we had with him, we were just going to enjoy it. So that ended on a Thursday. Then Friday, we get a call that my mother in law fell in her assisted living room. She had some challenges before, but so they called the paramedics and got her up and just wanted to make sure that she was okay. So they took her to the hospital to see if there were any broken bones. There weren't. However, she did not survive the night. So between the dog and my mother-in-law, kind of a sad time around here, doing the best we can to stay above water. And like I said at the very beginning, we've all got challenges. You don't know what anybody is struggling with. So just wanted to share with this community because I know you get it. We all have something, right? So thinking good thoughts about all of you, just send those back to me if you wish. That would be greatly appreciated. So, anyway, moving on, just kind of talking about saving and free money. Essentially, we're money, money, money. Where is it? Free money. So, we've talked about making sure that you are saving for your retirement, that you've gone to your employer to ask about saving in the 401k, the 403b, whatever it is that your employer offers. And the other thing to make sure about is to ask if your employer has or offers a match, right? Most of them, as long as you've got a certain percentage of skin in the game, they will contribute a certain percentage as well to help you save. And I've had people say, "Is that all you get from your employer?" Who cares? Anything you get is free money, right? So, if you find out that your employer wants you to contribute 6% so that they match it, whatever the match is, figure out what that is. Just make sure you start small. That's okay. Start with whatever percentage will get you free money. Just do it. I remember the first time I opted to put money in my 401k. I felt it, a little bit, just a little, and then you get used to it. You get, okay, here's my paycheck. This is what I've got. This is it. So just make sure you cover your bills. Well, let me stop. You cover paying yourself first. Make sure that you have an extra savings account for whatever. Start putting money in an emergency fund. I know a lot of money people will say between 3 and 6 months worth of savings in that account. If you can't do that, and I've never been able to do that exact amount, but I have money put away. Okay, so that's how we paid for our driveway, any number of different things. And not everything's an emergency, but something's going to be a big expense. So just make sure that you can cover it, and you're able to do that by putting a little bit of money away each pay period. That's what it means to pay yourself first. So you've already done your retirement money. Now it's your savings. You have to put money away to take care of yourself, right? Make sure that you do that. Please, please, please. And then consistency is the key. Whatever percentage you put in, keep that going. And I know what I've done in the past is I started at whatever, and then any pay raises that I get, whatever that percentage is, I would say to my boss, what's the percentage increase? That's what I increased my 401k to. So, it will get bigger, it will get better, it will get easier, but you got to start somewhere. So figure out where that somewhere is by going to your human resources department, making sure that you have that retirement account, number one. Number two, figuring out what percentage you must put away so that your employer can match it. So just make sure you do that, please, please, okay? So there's that. And other free money. So your benefits package, your medical package, if it's a high deductible plan, and that's determined by the IRS. So make sure to talk to your human resources department and just figure out the best medical plan for you. And then if it's a high deductible type of a plan, does it have an accompanying HSA, a health savings account? Not FSA, very different program. With the HSA, it is your money. You don't lose it. So just remember, HSA, health savings account, your money. And the thing with that is you're putting money away into an account for any medical expenses that you might have. And if you don't use that money, it just keeps rolling over. And, at some point, you can use that money in retirement, just like you would a 401k. So look into that option to see. And many employers are opting to provide some sort of a contribution to that HSA. So figure that out and see what you can get. See how your savings can grow. Just make sure to take care of that. And then the other thing I'm just going to throw out there, because you guys know, those of you who've been with me for a while know that I have student loans. And I'm paying them. I'm on my own plan to pay it off in about 4 years. So, doing what I need to do to get that taken care of. And so I'm doing that. And then I also started looking around because what I discovered, there are companies out there that will help you, offer grants, offer scholarships, whatever it is. There's different options. Now, I've been with bold.org now for, 3-4 months maybe. And I haven't received any grants yet, but I've researched this company, and it seems like they definitely do give out money. And see if that's a possibility for those of you who are either in school or have children who are about to go to school. Just look into that. And whatever you do, don't wait until the last minute. Because if there's a possibility of a company that will give you free money for education, start looking into it now. Because when I'm looking for grant opportunities, I'm not in school anymore. So is there money available for the me's of the world? But what I'm looking at also is they've got money for high schoolers, those in undergrad, those in grad school. And there's these different categories, and just learn all you can to see if it's a possibility. Now, I know I told a young mother about bowl.org and presented her with a screenshot for this one that had, I think it was $10,000. You had to be at least 14 years of age to apply for it, and their parents. And so I sent this to the mother, and the mother said, well, my kid doesn't need the money right now, so, I'll wait a little bit. Well, don't wait. Whatever you do, at least try, see if it's possible. They'll let you know if you apply for something and your profile doesn't match what the recipient of that grant or scholarship would get, then you just don't get the money. But at least try. Get out there, get yourself used to looking up different programs, different plans, different opportunities. Just avail yourself of different things. Because I know when I was in high school, I didn't know. I simply did not know. I should have gone to a guidance counselor, but I didn't. And lots of people don't know to do that. And so we just don't get the money that's available. So just avail yourself of opportunities for taking care of yourself financially. So, just do what you can, okay? And, we try to keep these short, between 10, 13 minutes in that neck of the woods. And so I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. But at the beginning, I said, if you wanted to get in this community, if you wanted to share some things, offer some feedback, by all means do. Subscribe to this, Get Your Money Right with Yvonne. We would be so happy to hear from you. And, sometimes I'll get people who only give me a heart, give me a thumbs up as a comment. And I'm so grateful for that, because it just lets me know that this information is connecting with those of you out there. So that is so wonderful. Subscribe, please. It's free. I'm never going to come at you and say, hey, want to pay for this information now? No, it will never happen. I have always wanted something like this where there are people offering information about finances, about retirement savings. And so I created this to do just that. So I'm sharing with you. I hope that you will share with me. We'd love to have you as part of this community, okay? So I will wrap this up. Thanks again for joining me for Get Your Money Right with Yvonne. You take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time, okay? Bye-bye.